and the golden voice of Neal Rhul. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Yo, 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 everybody. Welcome back in. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Rhul, Lindsey Hunter in for D-Mac. We have Big Mike Gentry. The streets have given us back Spencer Raxter. Spencer, how was the birthday celebration? America wants to know.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I had a great time. Yesterday was kind of a recovery day after drinking for like 4 straight days, but it was a good time. Had a great time.
I like it. So, yeah, we're getting into it here. It is a Thursday. Lions-Falcons coming up, and we got a bunch of stuff to get into in regards to that. Lions home game. The hometown hero will be in studio coming up in just a little bit as well. Excited to talk to our Detroit Lions hometown hero, Colonel Nancy Bozzer of the United States Air Force will join us. So we'll be talking about that kind of stuff as well. Some college football in the fold, all of it. Some breaking Tiger news yesterday. Riley Green had successful Tommy John surgery. Not as big of a deal because he's not a pitcher, Lindsey. So, you know.
I'm always fascinated by the Tommy John surgery. I've always wanted to know, I've always heard that when they have it, their arm is stronger.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Yeah,
I've always been curious about that.
So why don't you just
have the Tommy John?
You know what I'm saying? Just go get it. Right. Do a preemptive surgery. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jump in to there. Get your thoughts. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel, and you can help us program the show from time to time. But there is a ton of stuff to get to. But Spenny, hey, man, you got the new ink done.
I did.
Now, we didn't get a chance to link up with you and catch you live mid-procedure. So, just kind of update everybody as to what are we looking at now. And really, I know I'll just pre-ask the question because the people are going to ask it. There's still enough room for Dan Campbell's face on your inner thigh, right?
There is. Yeah, that's on the other thigh, so I still got that one open. But
inner thigh?
No, just regular thigh. They like to say inner thigh.
I was told it was inner thigh.
It was not. No, it was never inner thigh. But shout out to my guy Eric Molka. He killed it, man. It was a lot of fun getting that done, and it hurt for a little bit, but it looks great, and I appreciate him for taking care of it.
Okay, so I have to know, Lindsey, you have any tattoos?
No.
No? Okay. BMG does. Spenny does.
I do.
I do not. So I'll go to you. It was a pretty involved procedure that you had done. Yes. 6 hours, something like that?
Yeah, it was 4 hours in total.
4 hours?
Yeah,
okay.
But we took breaks and ate lunch, so it was like a 6-hour thing.
Okay. What's the pain like?
It's not bad. I mean, it just feels like you're getting pinched a lot. Really, the part that hurt was when it got closer to my inner thigh and the shading on it, because it's just like there's a couple big black bars in there, so it's just grinding the shading on it. Yeah, that part hurt, but other than that, it's all right.
Well, you have a pretty high pain tolerance.
Man, you say he's grinding on your inner thigh?
Yeah.
right where Dan Campbell's face is going to go.
Hey, yo!
I was told Dan Campbell's face is going inner thigh. I was told that.
No, you weren't.
I thought I was. All right, BMG, pain. What the tattoo life? The pain, what's the pain like, rated on a 1 to 10? Now, you're not quite as hardened as Spencer is. You're a little softer, I would think.
I mean, I have like 7 tattoos, but
sorry, tattoo insider.
It's like a 6. It like I said, like Spencer said, it's really only the shading that hurts, and then like as you get to like weird spots, it might like hurt a little bit more, but really it's just the shading. But I'm kind of a vet now, so
I'm going back in a couple weeks to get another one.
Are you real?
Yeah.
So you're addicted to the tat life now.
I was supposed to get 2. I got 1 on my chest that I'm getting done in a couple weeks, but we would have been there until like 10 o'clock if he would have done it that day too.
That would have been a long session.
What are you getting on your chest, baby?
It's
Thug Life.
No,
in script, in Sanskrit.
My family's name spells out, like all of our first initials spell out Disco DJ. It's Dylan, Ian, Spencer, Cole, Olivia, Danny, Jackie.
Okay.
So he cooked up a Disco DJ for me. I'm getting that on my chest. Yeah.
Okay.
That is pretty cool.
I really like your tattoo, Spencer.
Thank you.
He did a very good job.
He did a really good job.
Oh, you looked at the inner thigh one?
Amsterdam Jones says Spencer is the man. Pete Smith wants to know, does BMG have Mickey Mouse from Fantasia on the arm?
Yeah.
Do you really?
No.
Oh, you were real convincing when you answered.
I don't
that.
even know Mickey Mouse. I don't. Yeah, like I know who Mickey Mouse is, but I don't know what Fantasia is.
You never seen Fantasia?
No.
Dude, Fantasia's a classic.
No.
Okay. I didn't know. Let's go Red Wings Sparty. Reese Olson, dog. Yeah, the Tigers beat the Dodgers last night.
Oh, fascinating.
Hey, now, come on.
What?
Come on. They might have something with Reese Olson.
Okay.
They might. Because I saw people were excited about it on social media, so I'll do what I always do. After I see some chatter about the Tigers winning a game, I'm going to check and see how far back they are in the division.
Almago is back.
I mean, that's what I was told. So while we load up here and we go over to the Major League Baseball standings, a big win yesterday against the Dodgers. Let's see. I bet they're 8.5 back.
Probably.
Let's see. No, they're 9.5 back. Okay, 9.5 back.
So this is what the finished product looked like. And yeah, he killed it. He did a really good job. I was really impressed with how it turned out. And
all right, I'll admit, like, it's not my scene.
yeah.
Okay, it's not my scene. Why are you laughing, Lindsey? You don't have one either.
I'm just saying. That's cool though.
No, it is.
But you said you said it's not.
Can
your
I finish, Lindsey Hunter? It's not my scene. Admittedly, it's not.
Okay.
But I cannot deny those dudes are talented. Those dudes and ladies that do that are talented.
Yeah,
man.
he did a great job. He's really good, and I was really impressed with how it turned out.
Okay, so if it makes you happy, man, it can't be that bad. So I believe that's the song, right?
Yeah, it made me happy for sure.
There you go. All right, I like it. Oh, BMG, I did want to see. You see my shirt today, BMG?
Yeah. I seen it. Lindsey's seen it too.
Yeah, you saw it.
Mm-hmm.
You see the shirt.
Yeah.
Nice.
By the way, big win over Texas San Antonio Friday night on national television.
What was that score?
As a 9.5 point underdog.
What was the score?
What was it, like 32-29 or something like that?
Damn. That's probably the most points they scored ever. Creeping up on it.
Yeah, I know. They're good enough to defend your freedom, just not good enough for you to watch them play football on television.
Ask Germany about the triple option.
Yeah.
They know all about it.
They were hitting. They hit a couple deep passes too there.
Oh,
BMG.
see, they opened it up. That's
They
all I'm
opened it
asking.
up.
That's all I'm asking.
So maybe,
fair.
Lindsey, now you can tap back into America.
No, I've never tapped out on America.
No,
I'm just
yes, you
saying,
have.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you
Neal.
have.
No, I didn't.
No, you
Neal.
didn't. No, you didn't, Lindsey.
I
Don't let
know
him
I
tell you
didn't.
that.
I just am not a fan of 3 yards in a cloud of dust. I want to see the ball being thrown around. You know what I'm saying? I want some excitement. Who wants to sit there and watch up the middle? Oh, option left, option right. Oh, it's exciting.
I'm sure they probably say the same thing when they're in Afghanistan defending Lindsey Hunter's freedom. When they say, "Man, I got to march up this hill just to defend Lindsey Hunter's freedom."
It's true.
Oh my God!
If they're good enough to defend your freedom, they're good enough for you to watch them play football on television from the comfort of your home under the very blanket of freedom that they provide.
They're good enough for me to watch if they are going to decide to pass the ball more than 5 times.
Well, they
a
are
game.
now, so you have no
Well,
excuse.
I can watch now.
You have no excuse anymore.
Thank you.
No, but we certainly are going to be getting into it. I do have a get right for the people. I do. The number has tripped, and now we ride. Now we mobilize. I was going to have 2, but I don't like the number of the other one. And I should have done it yesterday when the number was what I liked, but I didn't do that. We'll talk to Ryan Poulter from Feldman Chevrolet, the picks. Ryan is off to not such a great start. Lindsey and Big Mike Gentry will submit and speak for DMAC on his picks. He is in first place at 3-0. I am 2-1, and Ryan Poulter is 0-3. So everybody is that. Lots of talk about Pete Smith. Lindsey's wrong. Option football is cool AF, and it is. I don't care what you say,
who
Lindsey.
said that?
Pete Smith in the chat thread.
Pete Smith. Oh, you think option football is cool? Okay.
Everybody does, Lindsey.
No. Option football used to be cool. That used to be a thing. Like the wishbone. That used to be a thing. It's not a thing anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But it is.
No, it's not a thing.
But it is.
It's not a thing.
Option offense. There's still elements. They still run elements of in college football.
Keyword being Elements
of it,
so
right?
they take a part of it, but they leave the
It's
whole
like
thing
the
there.
pick and roll in basketball. It's always going to be around, Lindsey, no matter
it's not
what.
like the pick and roll. Totally different.
Yes.
Totally different.
People are saying, hey, WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Jay Singles, the disrespect is crazy, bro. And I agree. But, whatever. They're throwing the ball. Will you give them a shot? You'll give them a shot. Is that fair?
If they're passing the football, I'm going to watch. If they're just running the ball every single time, up the middle, left, right, I'm not watching that.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I'm watching that.
Ransom, Neal, you need to put Jeff Iafrate for calling you a B this morning. We'll talk about that later on.
Oh. We had shots fired?
I guess we did. I don't know.
Well, you know what happens when shots fired.
Yes.
We fire back.
No, absolutely. No, but we are we're going to be joined in studio by our Detroit Lions. There's Jeff Iafrate right there running from bees. We have live footage of it. The man runs from bees.
And screams with a high-pitched voice.
He does. He does do that. But yeah, we we are going to get into it. Some Lions injury concerns as well. Spencer asked a question. I can already tell you guys this. 11:42 is the segment where the fireworks are going to happen. Spencer asked a question about who's gonna get the pressure on the quarterback. I have an answer. I have, and I'm passionate about it.
I'm sure you do.
I know I am. I'm very, very fired up about it already. And you guys should be fired up to get the scoop on your Detroit Lions, the Woodward and Maine show, featuring Gabby D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Detroit legend Terry Foster. Episodes 2 times a week, Sundays at 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. You can start your kickoff Sunday with the Woodward and Maine show. They have a Tuesday episode as well, 7 to 8 a.m. The most in-depth reporting, the biggest breakdown of the game, the players, and all things Detroit Lions. Just go to Woodward Sports YouTube page. Go to YouTube, type in Woodward Sports, click subscribe, and you are in there. But yeah, we're going to get into all of this and some college football stuff in the fold as well. And by the way, too, Spenny, on Tuesday, we did Rest in Peace Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I put your football program in the coffin.
So, rightfully so.
Did you put the nail in him?
I did. We used the heavy machinery, and that's it. Right there. You see it. And I just want your response to it. And it's not. And we'll get there, Spenny. I'm not asking for it right now. I don't want to fit it in right before the break. I'm just saying that. I'm going to lay down the points, and I want you not to refute them.
Yeah.
Just do you agree or disagree?
That's fair.
It's very simple. It'll be a very civil conversation between you and I. I think it'll be civil because you know I'm right.
Yes, I would agree.
Okay, so that is how we're going to roll. But we're going to talk the Detroit Lions hometown hero when we come back. But tell you, Lady Jane's in the house.
Lady Jane's in the house. If you want to come get your haircut, there's only one place to do it, and that's Lady Jane's. You can come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for a trip of your dreams and all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot off the press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
When buying or selling real estate, flexibility and sales or control over the sales process is key. That's exactly what Mark White offers you. It's the Mark White minute-by-minute listing agreement. Sellers, how would you like the freedom of canceling your listing agreement at any time for any reason with no penalty? Try Mark White's new risk-free minute-to-minute listing agreement today. Looking to buy or sell real estate? Visit markwhitesells.com or call 248-290-8242. markwhitesells.com, where flexibility meets success.
We are off and running here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Rhul, Lindsey, Hunter in for D-Mac. Also have Big Mike Gentry and Spencer Raxter here with you. And it's a Lions home game weekend, so you know what we do. It's become a tradition here on Big D Energy. The Detroit Lions hometown hero that you will see on the field at Ford Field this Sunday when the Lions take on the Falcons is here in studio with us from the United States Air Force. Colonel Nancy Boser is here in the house. And Nancy, I appreciate you taking the time here today. First off, welcome to Big D Energy. And just to kind of give the people your background, Colonel Boser was commissioned as a second lieutenant through the Air Force ROTC program at Michigan State University in 1990 and retired as the commander of the 521st Air Mobility Operations Wing in Germany. She managed 2 groups, 10 squadrons, 8 operating locations spanning over 5,000 miles, supporting 5 combat commanders throughout Europe, Africa, and Central Asia. And Colonel Boser, when I read that, it's a lot to read. So I imagine that it's a lot to deal with, right?
It was an amazing time. But yes, I had wonderful airmen out there doing the mission. So spanning across, 3 different continents, it was hard, but I had full confidence in my airmen to be able to get the mission done in all the remote spots that we had to ensure our cargo got where it needed to be and all the patients got where they needed to be, and that we were safe and we were keeping the people on the ground who's doing the mission in Afghanistan and Iraq were safe and getting the supplies that they needed.
Now, throughout her career, she served in various assignments at both home and overseas, and as a command pilot, she logged more than 2,800 flying hours, accumulating more than 500 combat and combat support hours.
That's a lot.
And Lindsey, it jumps off the page. 500 combat hours. 500 combat, like war.
Yes. We flew over Iraq and Afghanistan, and as a tanker pilot, KC-135 tanker pilot, our job was to make sure that our fighter aircraft had all the refueling that they needed. So we did both regular ops and special ops, and we were where the fighters were, making sure, and then the fighters would come and do this maneuver where they would yo-yo up and down if they were in a fight. If the people down on the ground were in a fight, we'd come in, support them, do wherever we needed to go to make sure that they got the gas. So you'd have the fighters come up, grab the gas, the other one would go down while the other one was refueling.
See, I'm fascinated with that because we've seen it on television. Now, you refuel them in the air, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, we refuel the fighter jets, the big cargo jets. We refuel everything that we can, and we have different refueling systems. So we can do a boom, which is a normal Air Force type aircraft that uses that part of the airplane, or we could do Navy with the probes and the Marines. So we do it all.
Wow.
So it's pretty amazing because you have those 18, 19-year-olds who are out there guiding these pilots who just came down from a fight, right? And they're coming back up to refuel. So you got to calm them down a little bit so they can, there's a lot of things going on there, and so they can get on the boom, they can get their gas and get back to the fight.
Now, we're putting that many hours inside a cockpit. Did the pressure, is there some procedure you have to go through to deal with that pressure in there?
Well, you go through a lot of training,
Okay.
And like anything else, that's your mission, that's your focus.
Right.
So like anything you do in your life, you focus in.
Right.
And that's
Right.
your job, and you do it. And you know the importance of it because you're in with something that's bigger than yourself.
Right.
You got people on the ground that are counting on you. So you put yourself aside and you just focus in.
Awesome.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Be Ruthless 81 says Nancy's the GOAT. So there's that one out
No
there
doubt,
as
no
well.
doubt.
Lots of thank you for your service as well. And it's amazing to me, Colonel Boser, because all the people we've talked to And like when I read that, I'm like, oh my God, that's a lot to read. So I can't even imagine what that's like in real time. You have the same vibe, I guess you could say, that everybody else that comes in here, because I'm always fascinated by the psychology of it. I love talking to, we have UFC fighters that come on here, and I love asking them about when you walk in the cage and they close the cage door behind you, and only one of you are walking. Like I'm always intrigued with the psychology of that. You sit on this chair here, and I ask you about this stuff, and you just like Lindsey. She just like, well, we did A, B, and C, and then we did A, B, and C again. There's a calmness to you sitting in that chair describing it that I can't relate to, like as a regular civilian. How long does that take to get to that point? There's got to be a moment where you're nervous about, or no? Are you never nervous?
Oh, you can never let them see you be nervous.
Okay.
That's the key.
So you are human. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
No. I mean, but for real though. I mean, like everything else, right? Like when I do this job and we're on television or whatever, there was a time in my career where I would be very nervous, but it'd be the same. Like the light would come on and we go, and I've gotten past that. Now it's just what I do. What's that like for you guys? What's that curve like to get to that point?
It's kind of the same thing, you know. You train and you go from one seat in an airplane to another seat, right? You start off on the right seat as a co-pilot, and then you move to the left seat as the aircraft commander, where now you're not only in charge of knowing how to fly, but now you're in charge of the mission, making sure it's successful. And the first time that you have to go, you know, from your home base to overseas and everything and its brother is going wrong, I mean, that's when you start saying, you know what, I don't have time to be nervous anymore. I just got to get this done because people are counting on me. So I think it's just that shift in responsibility, but every mission has a sense of where you don't know what's going to happen, so you got to be prepared.
Right.
And that's what the military does, is prepare you for the unknown.
That's tough.
I mean, we can't relate.
No, that's tough, dude.
You know, I mean, like, you know, they tell you, hey, Lindsey, you got to go guard Kobe Bryant.
Right. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
But you know,
cool.
But that's like,
that's not that.
That's life. That's life risking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What they're doing is totally different. Like, the mindset has to be so different, and so that's why I have so much respect for you guys, Colonel, because your mindset and your focus has to be laser all the time. Like when we play basketball, we can mess up a couple of times. Hey, we can get them the next time.
Yeah.
For you guys, it's like, no, we have to get it done the right way now. And we have to fix mistakes when they happen on the fly. Can you imagine? Dude.
No, I can't. Colonel Bozer was nominated for the Lions' hometown hero by former Detroit Lion great Ken Dallafor, by the way, and also for a dedicated and honorable service to our nation. Colonel Bozer was awarded the United States Legion of Merit, service medals, air medals, and many others as well. And I wanted to ask you about this too, Colonel Bozer. Currently, you serve at the Department of Veteran Affairs in Detroit, and that's something that kind of hits close to home for me. My dad is a veteran as well, gets a lot of medical procedures done down at the VA hospital in Detroit as well. Now, you guys and a lot of you have kind of followed a similar path where you've kind of made it your calling even past your service time, where you come back. What went into that decision for you? You know, as you served your country, did your country proud, but it wasn't enough for you, was it? Is that why you came back and are still continue to serve?
Well, I've been retired about 6 years, give or take, and I had a few false starts as far as what did I want to do after the military, because after you spend 25 years doing one thing and you're really laser focused on it, and you have that community, and that is what a military brings to you, is this community.
Right.
That was hard to transition. So, you know, I had a few false starts, and then I became a veteran service officer up in Gratiot County, because I lived over on the west side of the state in Rockford, just north of Grand Rapids. And I got back to the one-on-one when I was a squadron commander. You were very intimately involved with your airmen as far as their day-to-day lives, their family lives, and their training and so forth. So veteran service officer gave me that intimacy again with the veterans, and I spoke their language, right? So we got the help, because I'm on the benefit side of the VA.
Okay.
And so we started a nonprofit called the Heroes Center up in Gratiot County because it's a very poor county that is not located near a lot of resources, which is flourishing right now. So I'm very proud of that. When I was able to get hired with the VA on the benefits side of the house, it just gave me that next step level where I can now help the veterans get the benefits quicker. So I'm always looking for that challenge and to fix that process and to make sure that our veterans are taken care of as quickly as they can. And I will put a shameless cry out there for any veteran. These are your benefits.
You earned them.
Go get them.
Go
Yeah.
get them.
Go get the help you need. Don't be afraid to do that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I agree with you. And it's without going off on the tangent, the process could probably be streamlined a little more, I would think, to say, hey, because as you say, those are your benefits, you earn them. It should be simpler to access them, but I'm not putting that on you. You know, that's just a general statement as
Everything can be improved, and that's why we always do everyday life. We're improving every day.
Yes, absolutely. So, Colonel Bozer, Lions this weekend, you'll be walking out there on the field, and they're a bit banged up right now. Are you able to help in that fashion at all as far as with our Detroit Lions? Are you good with ankles?
No, I'm not good with ankles, but I will tell you, I am a true believer in the Lions and in their coach and the players themselves. Over the last couple years, watching them come together and the leadership and the unity that team has really shown from previous years. I mean, it is black and white as far as, you know, how they've made that switch. They are true believers in what they are doing. So despite whether or not they're banged up, despite whether or not they lost last weekend at a heartbreaking loss, you know, they're going to pick themselves up and they are going to move forward, and the coach is going to drive them and move them forward, and they're going to give 110% and leave it all on the field. That's all we can ever ask.
See, the Colonel doesn't get that ankle sprain, and you know, that's minor to her. What are you talking about? You talking about a sprain? You better get out there and get it done, buddy.
And I do feel better though about the Lions talking to Colonel Bozer. Ironically enough, I do feel better. Well, Colonel Bozer, I think I speak for everybody here in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Once again, thank you for your service. Enjoy your time out there on the field at Ford Field and help them get a win. Okay, we need it.
And Colonel Bozer, on a lighter note, have you guys ever encountered any unidentified flying objects that you guys had to trace and track down? Just on a lighter note.
Lindsey
If I did, I would have to kill
Be able
you.
to answer that? What did you say, Colonel?
I said, if I did, I would have to kill you.
Yeah.
See, I told you.
You better step lightly when you leave the studio here today, Lindsey.
I was just very curious about that because I know some things, but I'm not going to say because she may have to execute me.
There you go. There you go. No, Colonel
Thank you,
Bozer, we
Colonel.
appreciate
Thank
your
you.
time very much. Thank you for coming through, and again, thank you for your service.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
There it is, your Detroit Lions hometown hero in the house, Colonel Nancy Bozer from the United States Air Force. I should have got the pick. Yeah, Air Force against San Jose State. We'll talk about it coming up in a little bit. Let me tell you about the sports marketing agency that helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. The podcast, This is the S Word, helps address the stigma associated with seeking help. If you're struggling or some you know is struggling, go to thesportsma.com. Thesportsma.com, the sports marketing agency. They're here to help.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour.
You're a good coach, Tim. Oh, great shot.
some of the biggest names in Michigan sports, and some, well, not so much.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby.
Watch episodes at woodwardsports.com. Neal Rhul here for the Academy of Warren. That's right, you can still enroll. There is still time. Kindergarten through 8th grade with AM, like this, everything you need, guys. AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, futuristic media center, Learning Street, free breakfast and lunch, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, kindergarten through 8th grade athletics, too, that take place in a state-of-the-art sports dome. It's brand new. Regulation basketball court, volleyball court, and soccer field that can also be used for 7-on-7 football. All the tools you need to succeed, academyofwarren.net. All right, we are off. We are running. Thank you guys again for your interaction with the Detroit Lions hometown hero. It's a great segment. I love doing it. We're always going to do it, and you guys make it cool. Everybody makes it cool until Lindsey pops up. We do this great interview with Colonel Bozer.
I thought I had the best question.
And Lindsey pops up with, do you know anything about unidentified flying objects?
Hey, I think that was probably the marquee question of the day for her. How
Question that needed to be asked.
She wasn't expecting it.
See, my guys are supporting me.
Hard-hitting journalism right here. The questions that need to be asked.
Because, Neal, you know, they've seen things that we can only imagine. They've seen things that normal people will never get to see.
Yes. Lindsey, just watch yourself. If a white van pulls up anywhere in your vicinity, bro, it's too late. Just know that.
Nicholas Earl said Lindsey had the best question. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that.
Okay. All right. Lions-Falcons, where Colonel Bozer will be honored. Let's get into it. Amon-Ra St. Brown missing. We got to go through this a little bit here, Lindsey. We got to work our way through this. Amon-Ra St. Brown missing practice. Spenny asked the question, how concerned are you? I'm big concerned, Lindsey. I'm big concerned. Because this was an area, look, this wasn't a situation where, and Jeremy Reisman, and thank you, Spenny, because he blocked me on Twitter for some reason, so I can't see his tweets. But Lions not practicing today. David Montgomery, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Taylor Decker, Vi Tai, Emmanuel Mosley, and Kirby Joseph. And I'll tell you this. Out of all those groups, the name for me, if I had to rank them, 1 star, capital letters, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Because that's the dude, right? That's a dude that's going to make it go. How concerned are you, Lindsey?
Well, I'm not. I'm a little concerned. Still got a couple of days to go before, game day. So maybe he'll be fine before, kickoff. I don't really worry about it until game day, and then you hear who's out. And if you hear he's out, then we got problems.
And I would agree, and that's why, like, on the surface, I have problems now. and there are injuries that are more easily, the Lions will be better equipped to overcome than that one. Because right, if there was a question, if there was a room in that Lions locker room that was questioned, it would be that wide receiver room.
Absolutely.
And again, the reason that I feel this way, Lindsey, the Marvin Jones angle. Spenny, I know we loved him. I know America loved him when he signed. I know Lions fans loved it when he signed. I need more, Lindsey. I need some. How about something? Is that fair?
Yeah, he's got to make some plays out there. Somebody's got to make some plays out there. Help out Amon-Ra St. Brown. Can't just be relying on rookies to do it. So, we got Josh Reynolds looked pretty good. Khalif Raymond got a touchdown in the last game, so we'll see. Marvin Jones, I bet he'd say he can do more.
I'm getting to the point, because I have Khalif Raymond on a lot of fantasy teams, I may low-key drop him in there. This is the time for Khalif Raymond, Lindsey.
If Amon-Ra doesn't play, for sure.
Look, this is just a bigger opportunity for Gibbs to be inserted into the game plan more. We got to get Gibbs out. Some screen passes, get him out in the flat so he can use that speed. I'm a big Gibbs supporter, right?
No, I know. Yeah, you made that very, very clear. Very, very clear.
I think the kid is going to be really good, and he just needs that one breakout game where he, breaks one for a long touchdown or catches a screen pass and takes it all the way, or, you can even split him out wide sometimes. So I think this is a good time for him to come alive, and I think he will.
Kalamazoo in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread said that Brown said he'd be fine on his podcast and that he was just dealing with some cramping. See, I mean, maybe I believe the part where he said he'll be fine. It's got to be a little more than cramping to not be practicing today. You know what I'm saying? But that's the nature of the beast, right? You guys always lie about what's wrong with you.
Well, it's not lying. You just don't want
it's a weakness, right?
Yeah,
if
you don't want the opponent to know what's wrong with you, because they're gonna guess what? They're gonna target it. Because if you tell me what's wrong with you, what do you think I'm gonna do? Mm-hmm. I'm going right after your weakness. So you don't want to tell them. They'll eventually find out some kind of way. Too much information out there for them not to. But just don't volunteer it. Yeah, my foot's cramping, so I'm not gonna practice today.
You can't even say it with a straight face, man. Catspot in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Marvin Jones hasn't been able to play football for 2 years. And, no, look, that was a concern of mine. I was one of the few. I don't want to say I was a dissenter because we had a party when Marvin Jones signed here. Remember the Marvin Jones party, Spenmo?
Yeah.
I think you brought the beer, right?
I did.
Yeah, you brought the beer to the Marvin Jones party. And I'm not saying I'm not putting him, R.I.P. Tuesday or anything like that. But we're getting into it now, guys. It's game number 3. I got to see something, man. Especially now. Especially if St. Brown is compromised. Like, that's why he's here, right?
Yeah, it is.
Rosé.
It's just hard, man. Think about it. He's on fumes right now, dude, and we're asking him to fill some big shoes if Armand doesn't play, or whatever we can get from him, I'm happy. I don't expect him to go out and get 100 yards. I don't expect him to go out and get 80. If he gives a couple of catches, gives a couple of first downs.
No, yeah, and that's it.
Right,
I can, 4 for 48. But 2 of them were on 3rd and 5.
Right.
You know what? It's I'm not asking that. I'm not saying I need 7 for $140 and a touchdown. I'm not saying that. I just need it. I need him to be in the mix, and I think that's fair.
That is fair.
I'm not being a dick here, right?
And he probably will, because he'll get, depending on who suits up and who plays, he'll get more targets, right? Hopefully,
he should.
He should, right?
No, he should. And, I know I like what we've seen so far from Laporta. He's been somebody that's been pretty reliable. I know it's only 2 games and everything like that.
Hey, man, he's going to be great. I don't think anybody can deny the fact that we got a bona fide tight end that can get it done. And I hope, we incorporate him even more. So I remember when they were talking about before the season started, he still hadn't got all of the routes down pat. So hopefully now he's more acclimated and we can get him the ball more, because when that dude gets the ball, he's a monster. Mm-hmm. I love the way he plays.
Yeah, and, again, I don't need to see a ton. I just need to see something, because obviously Amon-Ra St. Brown is compromised to some degree. Now, I have the feeling, in my gut, do I think he's going to play? Yes. I'm sure you probably feel the same way.
Yes.
Because if there's one dude on this team that you don't have to wonder about when it comes to terms of toughness and being in shape and doing the work on his body, if there's one dude in here, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Right.
The second dude involved with Lions camp that you don't have to question is his dad. His dad's going to be ready to go, right, too. We've forgotten about Amon-Ra St. Brown's dad.
Shout out John Brown.
John Brown, man. Can we, hear from John Brown occasionally?
They should get him on the podcast.
We should get him on the show.
We should get him on the show.
Why does Chuck Brewer says, does Lindsey get to say us when talking about the Lions?
I think you've earned your Detroit
Chuck,
card,
you don't
Lindsey.
want me to say us?
You can
Screw
say
you, Chuck.
Yeah, Chuck.
Lindsey, I think you've earned your Detroit card.
Chuck is my second team. Everybody has 2 or 3 teams nowadays.
Yeah, I think we forget sometimes, too, athletes that come here in the pros are typically not from here when they start. So when they're
Chuck,
when they're Utes, they, not Utah Utes, I'm talking about Utes. When they're Utes, they have their teams that they like as kids. And then, they end up here in Detroit and they play and they win championships and we adopt them. That's the way that it works.
Chuck.
I'll allow that to stand. That counts, Lindsey.
Sure.
You are right. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Ryan's reaction. Neal, Sam Howell greater than Fields, just as predicted. Are we jumping the gun on Sam Howell a little bit?
I don't know. He looks pretty good.
He does look pretty good.
It's not like they got a world beater offense over there.
Yeah, I wonder what the change was with Washington that they made. Why their offense looks better.
Couldn't be Eric Bieniemy.
No, because I was told that he's just a figurehead.
Yeah.
And that it's Andy Reid's offense. It's really weird, isn't it?
That's what everybody kept saying.
Yeah, I can't put my finger on why Washington's offense is better at the snap of a finger.
And Washington was crying like little girls when he got there. He's yelling at us. Somebody needs to tell Coach not to scream at us. But look what the results have, so far. The results have been great. So they need to shut up and sit down and listen to the guy.
Yep, brought him back down 18 in the second half on the road in Denver. Now, granted, it was against Russ. Washed Russ.
Russ is cooked.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Did you RIP Russ on Tuesday?
DMAC did.
Nice.
Russ is going to prove you guys wrong. Russ is going to prove you guys wrong.
By not making the playoffs.
Mark my word.
You'll see.
Russ.
You'll all see. What could be better than watching celebrities like Braylon, DMAC, and Jim Harbaugh play golf? What about playing golf yourself and being treated like a celebrity? That's what. Stop into any Randy Wise automotive dealership for your chance to play golf like a celebrity. VIP transportation, free golf at one of Michigan's best courses, and maybe the best part of this, a tasty steak after compliments of Fairway Packing Company, who's building a facility in Shelby right now. I drove by it the other day. Let's go. All right, make the wise choice and get to Randy Wise Automotive for your chance to win and be a part of the Randy Wise Automotive Team Celebrity Golf Tour.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zaniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Just in time for football, Glorious Cannabis is dropping a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good. It's like the whiff of the first playoff win in 31 years. It's a gassy, aggressive strain named to honor the Detroit football. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, you are missing out. So smooth. Make sure you guys go check it out, and you can use promo code WoodwardGlorious for 25% off. Find them at any Dispo dispensary or go to gloriouscanna.com.
Off and running here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Rhul, Lindsey Hunter, Big Mike Gentry, Spencer Raxter as well. All of you, woodwardsports.com, chat thread. Pete says the Broncos traded first-round picks for Russ. They did. DNC ENT, my Russ comeback player of the year ticket is dead, and it's week 3.
DeMar Hamlin was a lock for comeback player of the year.
Pete also says he's the most famous Wisconsin Badger, right, Spenny?
No, J.J. Watt.
J.J. Watt is. I would agree with you.
I'll take Frank the Tank over Russ.
Brandon Katz, Spencer with the dumb take. The Broncos scored 33 last week. The issue was their defense.
Russ is cooked. Get him out of here.
He's 0-2.
Can't win games.
And I knew there was going to be a faction of that because I was at Planet Fitness on the treadmill today. That did 6 miles today, little 10K. It was butter. Now we made a jump these last 2 weeks. We're ready to go, everybody.
Okay.
We are ready
That's
to
what I want to hear.
That
go.
sounds terrible.
We are ready to 13.1 miles, Spenny.
Sounds like an awful time.
If all goes well, it should be about 160, 120, about 135 minutes.
I got to take 5 days off from the gym for my tattoo to heal before I start sweating again, and I am already not ready for 2 miles.
Well, it wasn't like I just showed up and did it, Spenny.
That's right.
There were years put in to that. So that was out there as well. All right, I want to get into this, and we got to talk about it. And I'm already tired of hearing it. And I know that I'm going to catch a lot of heat for this. I have before in the past. And guess what? I'm prepared to do it again. And I asked last year. I got it. And then I'll be quiet. But if the production ain't happening, I'll be talking again. And Spenny asked a question. He said, who will help Hutch get some pressure on the quarterback? And Spenny, I love you. You know that.
Yeah.
You know I love you.
Love you too, man.
Hutch will get the pressure on the quarterback, right? Well, I'm tired of hearing that already. I'm tired of hearing about the most pressures in the league, according to Pro Football Focus. Go get the quarterback. Hutch will do it. At some point, look, guys, I know, right? They built this roster on depth and being able to plug guys in and all that kind of stuff. But your dogs still got to be your dogs at some time, man. At some point, you got to put it on yourself. And pressures are nice. They are. They're nice. They're a signal of something good. Get to the quarterback. Everyone's going to talk about, well, Goff's got to take over. And what are they going to do with controlling the clock with the run game? You win in this league by sacking the quarterback. It's the new turnover. Sacking the quarterback is how you win in this league. Through all the concerns about wide receivers and everything attached to that, get to the quarterback. Period. End of story. Who's going to help him? He's going to do it. The Bosa's of the world, the Chris Jones of the world, they get doubled routinely. Guess what? They get to the quarterback, man. You got Lindsey, you got to have it Sunday. You got to.
And I'm confident that he will. And like you said, you called names of guys that have been defensive players of the year. And we look at him in that same light, right?
I was told before the season, 14 sacks, Pro Bowls, all that kind of stuff. Well, we're 2 in and there's a 0 in the column. Results business. I don't care. I don't care about the pressures. They don't keep track of them on the scoreboard. Sacks flip games, not pressures. Sacks.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. I think he'll rise to the occasion. I'm confident that
and to be fair,
right.
he's risen to the occasion before.
Yes.
But
yes.
I need it now.
Yes. And this is what big time players do. In big time situations, they make big time plays. And so we're expecting him to be who we think he is. He is who we think he is. Is he?
We've seen it before.
Right.
I've seen him do it before.
Right.
I have. So, but it's time now. It's time in this game. You cannot. The closer we get to it, and yesterday we talked to an Atlanta fan that's a buddy of mine. And I asked him, I'm like, what's the vibe down there? You guys feeling confident? He's like, oh, we're just as scared as you guys are. They're like, we don't think it's real. And the thing for me,
they don't think their team is real?
No.
Oh, they're right.
Okay. Well, hey, they're 2-0. We're not.
That's okay. That won't last long.
You know what I'm saying, though, Lindsey?
No, I understand what you're saying.
This one here, you cannot lose to Desmond. I don't care about anything. I was worried yesterday, and today I'm not. Because, again, running on the treadmill at Planet Fitness, live from Planet Fitness Studios, that was what I thought. I'm like, bro, Neal, get your shit together, man. It's Desmond Ridder over there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Change your mentality, dude. You cannot lose a game to Desmond Ridder. Can't.
No.
You can't, Lindsey.
And see, here's the thing, man. A lot of times when teams like Atlanta come out and they win 2 games, they they suck, but they don't know they suck yet. You understand? So it takes a good punch in the mouth for them to realize, oh, no, Atlanta, you suck. Start being who you are. And the Lions are going to have to bring them back to reality. Punch them right in the mouth first, shake them up, and they'll be done. They'll be done for the season. They might win one more game, 1 or 2.
They'll win more than that. But anyway, Teddy Fresh says he's the number 2 pick. So, yes, Neal is 100% correct. And Steve G says, here we go. To be fair, he played Mahomes and no. No. Am I out of school? Am I out of line with this? I don't feel like I am.
I don't think so. Not completely. Like, I'm not completely putting it on him. Yeah, he does need to get home, but there has been nobody else. Like, nobody else. You could at least use some pressure. Like, Myles Garrett has Zadarius Smith. You know, Nick Bosa has Javon Hargrave and other players. Like, it can't be a one-man show, but he does need to get home.
Yeah, and look, there comes a point where you got to be that dude, and you got to go take care of it.
Yeah.
So he's got to go take care of it, and it's Desmond Ridder over there, man. Lindsey, I'm calling this one. I am. I've turned. I'm calling this one a must-win.
Let's see how many passes Desmond Ridder has thrown. How many?
Probably like 15. Maybe.
So it may be a problem if he is not dropping back that much. It may be a problem to sack him.
DNCENT says that. Yeah, TJ Watt has Highsmith. Aiden has 0 help, Neal. He's supposed to be the dude, right? And I'll be consistent with this, too. Jared Goff's got to take care of the issue on the other side of the field. I am calling for that. And you know I'm a Goff guy and everything like that, but these games are in a vacuum. This game, to me, has to be it's got to be Goff on one end, being clean, and he's got to make a couple plays, Spenny. Mm-hmm. That's fair.
That is fair.
And if he doesn't do it and they lose the game, then that's fair of you to come back. And on the other side, DNCNT, he has 0 help. He's a number 2 overall pick in the draft that's gotten to the quarterback in the past. Do it again. Do it now. We have to have it. Have to. You have to win this football game, Lindsey. It's Desmond Ridder over there. Quarterback league, right? I'm told it's a quarterback league.
Quarterback-driven league. He's only thrown for 352 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 68%.
Can't. I'm not allowing it. I'm not allowing it, Lindsey. And I was timid about it. I've flipped now. I've turned. I guarantee the Lions win this football game.
Guarantee.
I guarantee. Get right. The line got to the number we like. The Detroit Lions -3, get right. It's got all the makings, guys. It's got all the makings. It does. Falcons are 2-0. They're happy to be there, right? They're on the road this week. They stole one against the Packers. They're punching above their weight. And the Lions, I'm not saying it's desperate because they're not desperate yet. But when you look out there at the landscape, this is as close to not being desperate that you can be. It's Desmond Ridder. Sometimes it's complicated, but sometimes it's very, very simple. And it's Desmond Ridder over there. And if you want to get cute at BMG, what's the number for Hutch to have a sack? I know that'll take a minute to dig through the props.
Let me dial it up.
If you want to get cute, I'm not making this a get right. We don't do get right parlays here. If you want to get cute with it, I'll allow it. If you would take your get right stuff from Saturday, after you get your ass kicked betting college on Saturday, don't worry because Uncle Neal's got you right with the Lions on Sunday. We just turn it all around and we get it back. If you want to get cute, you parlay the Lions with Hutch having a sack in the game. BMG's working on the numbers right now.
But Neal, didn't you say if the Lions beat the Chiefs, you wouldn't mind them going 1-3? So there's no panic. Why are we panicking? We're fine.
No, I wouldn't. You wouldn't mind them going 1-3.
Right.
I wouldn't mind it, but we came to the compromise. The injuries have changed things.
Oh, now okay.
No, they have.
So now, yeah, I get it. Yeah, we have some injuries, and hopefully, I mean, we know one is a long-term injury. Well, 2 actually. Houston's out for good, right?
Yes.
Which hurt. I think that hurt a lot because he was playing pretty good against the Chiefs. He played,
Yeah, no, he's a good football player.
Yeah, he's playing well.
Which I don't know why he's getting injured out there on special teams, but whatever.
Well,
I digress.
That's that's a New England Patriot thing. They put some of their best players out on special teams too, right? That's what they used to do.
He got hurt on special teams, right, Spenny?
Neal, that's what teams do now. They got that from Bill Belichick, right? Right?
Out there messing around with these folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. All right, but that's another topic for another day. Vincent Law says they figured out Hutch's double spin move, and it ain't working anymore. All right, I'll go to Spenmo then, our defensive line insider. He was a high-level defensive interior player in high school. Facts? That's actual facts. What do you make of the Hutch thing about a comment like that?
I mean, yeah, if you only have one move, it's going to get figured out. They're going to see it on tape and they're going to be ready for it. So you got to mix some things up. Obviously, Hutchinson's a lot better player than I was, but it's he can work some things together, use his speed, use his agility, his quickness, and try to make some different stunts go. I'm excited to see what he can do. I loved seeing him moved on the inside. And there were lineups where he was on the inside and James Houston was outside of him, which obviously we're not going to see that. But I like to see him move him around a little bit, put him in different situations, put him in different places where he can use his speed, use his power when he has to, and use a couple different moves.
Why don't they do that more?
I don't know. Some people, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Like, leave him in the one place, let him do his thing, let him get comfortable, let him wear down the guy across from him, set him up for different moves. Like, if you set him up, with the rip outside, the rip outside, the rip outside, and then on the final snap, you hit the rip outside to the swim move back across. He'll be leaning one way, and you're ready to go for the inside rush. But I don't know. I think you can move him around now a little bit. Try to put him on the inside so you can use his speed against some of those guards and centers.
I hope so, man. I really do, because this one becomes big with the injury situation. Again, the circumstances have changed. One circumstance that's the same is Tom Mazaway and Stick hosting the Lions post-game show after about 4 o'clock on Sunday. Tap into Woodward Sports and the Lions post-game show. They'll be joined by special guests all season long. Hot off the press take. We're reacting in real time, everybody. Game analysis. Chug the Kool-Aid, whatever you want to do. Don't miss it, exclusively on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. So, again, Lindsey, I'm looking for my guys here, and it's Aiden Hutchinson and it's Jared Goff to go do what you got to do and make sure you win this football game. The Falcons are strong, no doubt, strong running game. That even puts more onus on it. When they are in a passing situation, you got to get home, bro.
Yeah, you load the box on these guys and you put pressure on them. You make sure Bijan doesn't get loose like he did last week, and you make that quarterback drop back. You have to. You have to make him drop back and throw the ball, and that way we can see if we can get pressure on him or not.
No, absolutely, and I don't care. I don't care who's not there. Somebody go make a play.
Right.
That's what I'm asking for.
Next man up.
Chuck Brewer, Neal, this is a game where Campbell needs to grow up along with our linebacking room. Fair. Absolutely fair. Same old Lemon says, if we lose Sunday, I'm going to punch something. At least he's direct and to the point. We're live at the Planet Fitness Studios. I was at Planet Fitness no more than an hour and a half ago. It's the best gym in the gym game, dude. I've been there going on 3 years right now. I would never be a member at another gym. Why would I? Everything I need is at Planet Fitness. It's $10 a month for access to your home club. It's $24.99 for a black card, and you go to any Planet Fitness in the world, and you own the place. Hydro massage included. The tanning beds included. Circuit workouts. It's all there for you guys at Planet Fitness. Pull in the parking lot. Join there. Or you can go to planetfitness.com if you want to do it that way as well. It's Planet Fitness and planetfitness.com. Your fitness is essential.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com. Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Outdoor Equipment Co., the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan grown and family owned bad boy mowers, tractors, steel handhelds, and even weed whippers. Liberty trailers, Generac generators, SnowX plows, and salters. Outdoor Equipment Company has it all. Buy it, rent it, 0% financing, delivery to your doorstep. All of that and more at OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Pulling up on the second hour of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Rhul, Lindsey Hunter, Big Mike Gentry, Spencer Raxter, talking heavy Detroit Lions, Atlanta Falcons, some college football stuff to get in the mix coming up here in the second hour. Also, we'll do our picks with our guy, Ryan Palter from Feldman Chevrolet. He's got some ground to cover. 1 week in, he's already got a ton of ground to cover, so we'll go over that with him as well. And just kind of perusing this Lions line is all over the place depending on where you shop. Anywhere from BetOnline has the Lions at -2.5. DraftKings has had a big move. They have the Lions -5 and everywhere in between. Westgate in Las Vegas has them -3. Majority of them are 3.5. No juice. So you know, how creative do you want to get with it? I'd lay the juice. Get them -3. And roll out that way. If you're a Bet Online person, get it -2.5. They are the get right though. Lions at 3. I'm all in. It's got to be. It's got to be that way. We've talked a lot about injuries here. Amon-Ra St. Brown, David Montgomery, and all of that. And one of the names that we talked about a lot earlier in the week was Tracy Walker. Tracy Walker's coming back. This guy was a high level player that's coming back. It was Achilles, right? Mm-hmm. So he's coming back from the Achilles. Oof. And I'm a bit apprehensive just from the standpoint of he's been through practice and he wasn't at the top of the depth chart when he came back. That worries me. Lindsey.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Coming back from an Achilles, it's very few guys come back and right away
get to where they were.
Yeah, it's tough because that's just such a vital part of, especially football, cutting and running,
twitch,
and accelerating, deaccelerating. It's hard, and hopefully he looks better, as time goes on. But that's tough, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully he can contribute.
Now Spenny's got, I guess Tracy Walker had some comments about that. And I'm curious to hear him and see where he's at.
Definitely, it's a tough situation. Losing CJ, he definitely brought a different aspect to our team. His energy, his enthusiasm is definitely going to be missed. Like I said, he's definitely a great player for us. For me, I just look at it as a great opportunity for me to come back. Considering I'm coming back from my injury, like I said, it's a special week for me considering the week of it's the same week I tore my Achilles. So it's such a blessing for me, and I'm just looking at it just to capitalize on the opportunity right now.
And that was Tracy Walker talking about it. So he says that he's ready to go. I mean, obviously, that's what he's going to say. But Lindsey, there's a lot on his shoulders walking in here.
Yeah, it is, and he's going to be tested right away. So we'll know right away if he's ready or not. It won't be any doubt about that. But hopefully he is, and hopefully he worked hard this offseason to get ready for this, and hopefully we can see the results of that.
Yeah, and again, if there ever was going to be a game where your secondary could have some holes, it's this one, because it's no secret what the Atlanta Falcons are going to go. They are going to come out here and try to bust the Lions in the mouth.
Right, dude. That's why you got to load the box, force them to drop back and pass the ball. And we know their quarterback. He hasn't been passing the ball a lot, so we just don't want to we don't let the running back get loose. We don't want them to get comfortable. We don't want them to, feel like they have a chance to win the game. And that's important, especially them being on the road. You want to come out early and smack the crap out of these guys and let them know it's going to be a long day.
Well, I mean, for real, though.
Yes.
Because, again, this goes back to the Desmond Ridder effect. Hey, right. Desmond Ridder, beat us.
Right.
I don't care how many guys we got hurt. You're Desmond Ridder. You are.
You're making him sound so bad.
He's not great.
And look, great college player, certainly.
Right.
Second round draft pick in the NFL, certainly.
He's no Brock Purdy, though.
No, he's not. He is not a Brock Purdy. So, again, if ever there was a game where you could get Tracy Walker back there in this is as good as it's going to get.
Right.
As good as it's going to get from a situation perspective.
It is. And hopefully he's ready for it, man. And hopefully the Lions can capitalize on their weaknesses, man, and make them pass the ball. That has to be stressed all week long. We're going to load the box. We're going to stop this run game, shut that down, and we're going to force them to put that ball in the air.
Mike M. says, I need to get my fat ass to Planet Fitness. PlanetFitness.com. Get in there, Mike. Hey, you know it, right? Trust me. I was 338 pounds, bro. No one knows it more than you. You just got to go put the time in today, and then guess what? You got to go do it again tomorrow. All you can do is today's workout, man.
Yep.
So all you can do is today's workout.
Yep.
So
To this day.
To this day, exactly. Clean up the diet and go do it, man. It ain't that. If I can do it, it ain't that hard. It's hard for like 3 weeks, and then it's just the way life is. So it can be done. It certainly can be done. Chuck Brewer says, I wasn't as high on Houston as most of you, but his loss is really the biggest loss to the team, in my opinion. And low-key, it seems that way, man.
Yep. But he was playing well, man. He was playing well. I was happy for him, of course, being a Jackson State grad. He was playing well. He was making a difference out there, But now somebody, next man up, next person has to step up and fill those voids that we have and try to get it done, man. You got to get it done at all costs at this point. It's no, you can make excuses. You can say whatever. The Lions have to come and get this win. That's the bottom line.
There's no other way to say it, and I know that's not good for talk, right? Like,
right.
Oh, we're going to talk about the house. I don't give a shit how.
Right.
Make plays. That's how.
Dude.
Your dudes go make plays. Goff make throws. Hutchinson make the sacks and stuff.
That's what you have to do, man.
Dr. Clappencheeks. Good to see Dr. Clappencheeks back here in the fold. Atlanta's head coach looks like he drives around an ice cream truck with no ice cream in it.
What?
Do you agree, Spenny?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what that means.
But I don't know what the profile is. I'm scared to go Google him though because
Arthur Smith, right?
Yeah, like I got a feeling this is probably going to hunt here. You know what I'm saying? Like Dr. Clappencheeks is probably going to be right. I don't. But Spenny's doing it. Spenny's pulling it up right now.
Why is Bing the go-to search? Like what?
All right, Spenny's gonna do it right now, and we're gonna react to this live. And all of you that are watching right now, don't go to Google. Wait for Spenny's gonna throw it up there right now.
Bing coming? This is pissing me off.
All right,
who uses Bing? Why?
That's another question I have.
It's on Google Chrome. Why is Bing popping up?
That's another question I have. How is Bing in business? I don't know one person that uses Bing that says.
Dude, I didn't know it was still around.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be.
How do they make money? Someone walk me through how Bing makes money.
Somebody said, Peaceful Tim said, Bing is actually a thing. It's not a thing.
I know it's a thing, but it's not a thing.
Jeeves.
Yeah, Ask Jeeves.
Like I literally went to Google Chrome to look it up, and it directed me to Bing.
I don't know what to expect with this, though. What does an ice cream truck driver who drives an ice cream truck with no ice cream?
Oh, my God, this pissed me off.
Sounds a bit perverted.
I know. That's why I have a feeling that I'm going to end up agreeing with Dr. Clappencheeks. And look, in the end, we all end up agreeing with Dr. Clappencheeks every single time.
That is true.
We question the method, but in the execution, there it is. We'll get to that one, Spenny, coming up.
This VMix is freaking out right now. All right, here we go.
We have it? Oh.
Yeah, let me.
I regret this, so I can tell I already regret this.
No, you won't.
What?
Spenny's in the pressure cooker.
VMix is being a cousin right now. I don't know what is
You know what Spenny's going through right now, Lindsey?
What's that?
Is like when I do television for a game, and they're either starting quickly or we're late coming back from the break.
Right.
And we're sitting there on the floor, on the field or whatever, and they're waiting for us to do like the open, and then they can start. It feels like there's thousands of people, and they're all looking at you. They're like,
Can
hey,
you get on with it, buddy?
Hey,
Can
Dick.
we get the game started?
Like, you've had that before. Like, you guys are standing out there at the free throw line. You're like, come on, guys. Let's go.
Here we go.
That's what Spenny is right now. All right,
It's a
what do we
blurry
got?
picture because it's on Bing.
Oh, my God, he does.
Yeah.
He does. Spenny. Lindsey. And he's got a paper hat on.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Dr. Clapping Cheeks was right.
Not the best look.
Once again. Tell you who else looks strange. The Miami Dolphins head coach.
Mike McDaniels is the man.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he looks weird, though.
He does look weird. But he's the man.
Nicholas Earl sure does, LOL. Dr. Clapping Cheeks, told you. Brandon Hasso, it's the eyes and the stash.
The stash doesn't help.
No, it doesn't. Brent, when he's right, he's right. And Dr. Clapping Cheeks was right, everybody. So, yeah, good call. Just like Swiss Insurance is a good call.
Swiss Insurance is always a good call, especially for football season, because do you have football in the brain? Fall ushers in college football and professional football, and this year is going to be awesome. Fall is also the perfect time to shop for your home and auto insurance. Shop for it like a pro with Swiss Insurance. They cover Woodward Sports Network, and they should be covering you too. Ask for Mark at Swiss Insurance today at swissins.com or call 248-800-4177. That's 248-800-4177. It's Swiss Insurance.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. So register today at OutdoorEquipCo.com, and even you could have DMAC on your landscaping crew.
Want the best wearables in all of Detroit? Hey, it's pretty simple. WoodwardSports.com/shop. Yes, the Stoke Not Scared t-shirt. I'm stoked not scared about Sunday. This morning I got in that mindset. So go to WoodwardSports.com/shop. Get in there. Basketball, football, baseball, hockey, all the sports are represented. We have a Woodward Sports golf line as well. I rock the shirt when I go play golf, the Woodward Sports golf shirt. It's all out there for you guys. The Meat Missile shirt, Spencer Raxter inspired. You should get a Meat Missile tattoo.
No. No, I don't think I'm going to sit that one out.
Then we can put on a shirt. We can sell it at WoodwardSports.com/shop. No, get it in there, though. The best Detroit sports wearables right here at WoodwardSports.com/shop. Keeping it pushing, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Rhul, Lindsey Hunter, Big Mike Gentry, and, of course, Spencer Raxter back from his birthday shenanigans. How many beers you drink, Spenny?
Oh, man. I don't know.
Take a guess.
Over, like, on my birthday? Or
yes.
On my birthday, probably, like, 12, I would say.
Okay, a little more tame than I thought.
Yeah.
How much you get in Monday night?
Oh, yeah, I got it in.
That was the night. I told you.
Yeah, that was the night it went down.
I told you. Where'd you go?
Went to Ale and Eddie's. bar by my house. I went to T. Romo, which is a bar by my house. And yeah, good time.
Get it in, my friend. William Rhodes, no way I trust that guy around my kids, going back to the Atlanta Falcons head coach. Uncle Neal Soft Feet says Dr. Clappin Cheeks +1. So there's that out there as well. Coquet, only been nightmares in the back of that ice cream truck.
Stop.
Come on.
Jesus.
Keep it on the rails, guys.
What up, Big Perm?
Lorena Rios, Spenny, liver transplant candidate. That's fair.
Yeah. Here for a good time, not a long time.
Well, think about it. You're probably 20 years away from that. Think of the advances in medical science by then.
Yeah, I could probably get a robot one. Shout out Elon.
You probably could. That could be an outpatient procedure by then.
Very well could be.
It probably will be.
Spenny.
So, yes, we are ready. We are ready to go. Nate Woodward says Spenmo's take on Jared Goff gets worse every game, and he needs to wear it. So, interesting enough, I did want to touch on this. For the Goff people out there, by the way, and Spenmo had the graphic. He teased it earlier. Look at the company he's in. The highest graded quarterbacks.
Baker Mayfield. Great company.
Great. The highest graded quarterbacks in the game after week 2. And I know that's a small sample size. You know who's not in that graphic? Russell Wilson.
Wilson's bum ass.
Yeah, is not in that graphic. But anyway,
wait.
But that's not new for him. He was number 3 in the league in QBR last year.
Russ is coming.
I know.
Hey, yo.
I know.
Hey, yo.
I know. But Spenny, you're the guy I go to on this. You've been fair about it, though.
Yeah.
Number 3 in the league in QBR last year, highest graded in the league through a couple of weeks of play. Is he showing you, Spenny?
No.
So what? Okay, what would you want from him then?
Elite play, elite down the field attack. Like I've known this about Jared Goff. Everybody knows this about Jared Goff. When the pieces around him are perfect, then he's going to make plays, and he does great. Like Ben Johnson said it, he can make most of the throws that we give to him. And when he's been playing well. He's been playing very well. I'll say that for sure. I'm still not giving him $50 million a year.
And that's the line you and I are on there.
Yeah.
I'm with you in that respect too.
Is it Herbert on there?
Herbert was not on there.
Weird.
Oh.
Tua was number 1 though.
You're converted, Spenny.
Oh, yeah, I'm a Tua guy for sure now.
Would you get a Tua tat?
No. No, I would not get a Tua tat.
Behind the ear?
No.
On the earlobe?
No.
Just Tua? Real small letters?
No, I would not.
If you win your fantasy football championship because of Tua, will you do it?
Teddy Fresh says, LOL, it's not your money. Jesus Christ. I know it's not my money. I wish I had $50 million to give somebody, but it's the team I love's money. And when you pay a quarterback that much, the rest is going to fall apart.
But yeah, so that's the different discussion for the different day. But the play, you're happy with the play?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He had a great. You take out the pick 6, and it was a phenomenal game. He looked very good. But he threw the pick 6, which sucks. But it's going to happen. You can't ask him to go interceptionless for 20 games.
So he doesn't have to set the all-time NFL record for you to say, oh yeah, he's playing okay.
Yeah, he had a great game other than the pick 6.
Paul Thomas says Tua is mid. What? Dushan says Goff brought us back from his mistake. Dan Campbell didn't capitalize, and he did. Like, that was one of the things that I like to see too. They were down 10 in the 4th. Right. However they got there, they were down 10 in the 4th, and he got you back. So I'll ride with that. Lindsey, what about you? Now you're probably a bad person to ask because you're a 49ers fan, and Brock Purdy is basically Goff to you, right?
I like him better than Goff because he's still on a rookie contract. He's going to be on that for a while. So it's a little different. And this is only his 2nd year. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think he'll be better than Goff. I think he will.
Wow, it's interesting. Peaceful Tim. Tua's actually less than mid. He's mid with some really good weapons around him. There are some people that just will not be converted.
He's better than Justin Herbert.
All I know is when you start a football game with Justin Herbert and you start a football game with Tua, you are 20% more likely to win the football game if Tua is your quarterback.
Let him cook.
That's all I can speak to. That's all I can speak to. I know that's what it is. Tori says the Goff haters don't know crap about football. Ryan's reaction: Neal, explain inflation to these people. Top 5 QBs make more than $50 million. Goff ain't taking less than market price.
And I'm not paying him that. I don't think he's a top 5 QB.
Right. So inflation, yes. I think for somebody to say $40 million is my cap, yesterday's prices are not today's prices. For me, anything that starts with a 4 is cool. Anything that starts with a 4 is cool. But we're not to that yet. You got him for 30 this year, and you got him for 30 next year.
How much did Danny Dimes get?
40.
He's getting more than that.
100%, and he should.
Right.
Because that's the way that this stuff works. But, again, to be fair, you're not giving him Mahomes. Hey, you know what people missed? You guys see Mahomes' contract got redone?
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you see that he now makes more this year than Joe Burrow by $100,000?
Nice.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
Neal, I got the video of Jeff attacking your character.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's a good spot for it. We got a couple minutes. Go ahead. Let's run this real quick.
Hey, you're left. Well, Neal, you're a bitch. How about that?
Ooh.
Neal, tell
Double
Neal
down.
Rhul I called him a bitch back. How about that? Let him know.
Are you
11 to
slap
1.
him like the bitch he is?
Hey, listen, I don't need to
20
slap
seconds.
him. All right, that's his prerogative. If he wants to use hands, that's fine. But I'm just calling you a bitch back. I may not
He's
have.
right here.
Hey, hold on.
Oh, we have.
He's
right here.
I may not have a lot of ground to stand on because I did run from a beat. But regardless, if Neal Rhul wants to smoke, I'm all here for it, Neal Rhul.
I love the way that he stands up there with that stupid-ass goatee on his face and wants to say, Neal Rhul, you're a bitch, with a landing strip underneath his lip, number 1. Then number 2, publicly admits that he ran from a bee, not a nest, not a swarm, a bee. And I think it was like a adolescent bee. It wasn't even a full-grown bee. I love how we can say that. And the people around him laughing too. His people know he knows. You saw it in his eyes. You look at him running away in those tight pants, just sprinting across Oakland. That was so laughable. That was so insincere. Even Jeff, I'm afraid he didn't believe what he was saying.
Well, he was forced into a corner. You can tell. He was like, you want me to call Neal a bitch? I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah.
Neal, you're a bitch because you called me one. It was so weak.
Kalamazoo, I would take Jeff so much more serious if he were not wearing such a pink shirt the day he said that. But either way, I'm ready to see this throwdown. There is no throwdown. There is no challenge because it would be no challenge. Look at that dude. Look at that dude's face. Look at that goatee.
I'm gonna call you a bitch because you called me one.
Can I see the goatee again? Can we just? You don't even have to run the video.
There it is, guys. I call him a bitch back.
Well, Neal, you're a bitch. How about that?
But look at that goatee. Can we pause it? Can we
tell?
Can we look at that? Look at the eyes. He doesn't believe what he's saying. He knows in his heart how that would end. Look at Flannel. Flannel knows the truth. He knows the truth. Look at Iafrady. Is that a landing strip? A small aircraft going to come in for the landing there? Is that Romeo Airport underneath his lip? Jeff Iafrady, stop. Stop.
Well, he was simply trying. You know how you get around your buddies and they put that battery pack in your back?
Yeah.
That's what they did.
You up a little bit.
That's what they did to him. Because he didn't say it with his chest. He wasn't like, Neal, you a bitch.
Yeah. No, he didn't. Because he doesn't believe it.
Neal, you're a bitch. And I'm going to call you a bitch because you called me one. And he put his finger up like this, Neal. I'm going to call you a bitch because you called me one.
Right. Teddy Fresh says, Neal, you can't mess with Juicy Jeff's hair, though, LMAO. And Let's Go Red Wing Sparty says, shave his head, Neal. Well, we had to. He said he would shave his head if Michigan lost to TCU and then tried to backpedal. Yeah. That's the kind of bitch he is. And Darren McCarty, the Minister of Accountability, had to talk to him like in a serious manner. He's like, Jeff, you'll lose credibility with the people if you don't go through with this. And I should have just went in there and said, Jeff, you're a bitch. Shave your head. You're a bitch. You see how I say it versus the way he says it?
Yes. Yes. We need to get T-shirts with that on it.
Jeff, I afraid he's a bitch. Step up. You don't like what I'm talking, say something. Say something. Stay back there like the little bitch you are, Jeff.
A shirt with some bees on it?
Yeah.
With Jeff, you're a bitch. I like it.
That's the way you do that.
Neal, you're a bitch because you called me a bitch, and I'm going to call you a bitch back.
Ryan said I would buy that shirt right now. Get this guy off my show, by the way. Never play another video of Jeff Iafrady's soft ass on this show. Get him out of here.
Tender toes, that's what we're going to call him. That's what we're going to call him. Tender toes Iafrady.
Someone said, Jeff, you got what you asked for.
He said, hey, did you hear when he said this? He tried to be serious.
I want to smoke.
Yeah.
I want to smoke. Bring the smoke to me.
Yeah. Bitch ass.
Neal, bring the smoke to me. I want to smoke.
Doing a live show on Sunday.
Catch the Lions pregame show Sunday at 9:30. Myself and that bitch ass Jeff Iafrady. He'll probably be out there saying, "I just want the Lions to play well, and if they win, okay, and if they don't, that's okay too." Let me tell you about my fantasy team. Here's the part of the show where I tell you about my fantasy team. I'll be on the mic. Shut up, bitch. All right. Neal Rhul here for Big Boy. It's burger and chicken sandwich time. They're taking over at Big Boy. It's burger time. Try the best cheeseburger in the world or the new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. More of a chicken sandwich person? The Dolly chicken sandwich, or turn up the heat with Bob's hot chicken sandwich. It's too hot for Jeff Iafrady, so you know it's probably just right. Upgrade your regular fries. Iafrady be sitting in the corner with regular fries. We'd be over here with chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries, and save room for dessert. The Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake, or satisfy your sweet tooth with funnel cake fries. Get to your local Big Boy today.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrady, along with special WSN guests, for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer at Academy of Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new field house. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
How would you like to win a $100K Vegas getaway and live it up in the city that never sleeps? It's the Cintron Energy. Drink it and live it. If you're looking to enter, you just got to buy a 24-pack today. The 100K Vegas getaway at drinkcintron.com/Vegas and buy Cintron at your local Meijer store. Cintron, the healthier energy drink with great taste and the choice of people who desire to look good, feel great, and be the best version of themselves. So go to drinkcintron.com/Vegas to figure out how you can enter.
Keeping it pushing, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Rhul, Lindsey, Hunter. And, of course, we have Big Mike Gentry, also Spencer Raxter as well. And it is time now as we welcome in our guy Ryan Poulter from Feldman Chevrolet. Sorry we're a little late getting to you there, Ryan. We had some internal network strife that we had to get settled. But Ryan, let's not.
Is it as much of a strife as my picks?
It's on brand with that. It's on board with that.
Okay, good.
Let's just go right into it.
I would have known
Ryan.
Lindsey was here. I would have just let Lindsey be the guest picker this week, honestly.
Yeah, he
might do better than me.
Yeah, well, we'll be analyzing D-Max picks in just a little bit. All right, Ryan, the only way is through, so let's just address it to start. 0-3 last week, and you're starting in a hole, Ryan. That's safe to say.
That's hey, listen, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it 100%. Plain and simple. 100%. You're going to go for it, might as well go for it. Now we're going to make a turnaround. I had to feel the taste of loss in order to win. So I've tasted, I tasted the loss. I'm coming back.
You got a full buffet after week
full
one. There is no question about that. No, but
sure.
Your picks for the week, Ryan, break them on down for everybody. You're 0-3. You need a run.
Yeah, let me. Oh, thanks, Neal. That was awesome. Way to throw the jab there. Starting off on, listen, I'm sticking with Dion. If you're going to give Dion 21 points, I feel like that is a lock. So I'm going with Dion plus 21. I know it's against an actual opponent now in Oregon, but there's something about that program. If they lose, it's not going to be more than 21 points. It's going to be underneath that. So I thought that was pretty much a lock. SMU at TCU. Yes, TCU got smoked, I guess, by Colorado the first week, but their defense has done pretty well since then. So I think they're gonna, they're gonna hold the SMU. What is it? Are they Chargers? Or is it the horses?
Mustangs.
Mustangs. Oh yeah, see, perfect. Chevrolet guy against a Ford car. I have to do it.
Did it for the brand.
Yeah, bingo. Hey, you got to do some of that sometimes. And then Dallas at Arizona. Arizona's just not good. They're just not good. Dallas is actually on point this year, and it seems like Mike McCarthy calling the plays is really helping out the offense. And I see him winning by probably 18. I know the NFL is rigged this year to every game to be by one touchdown or less, but I just have a feeling this game's going to be a blowout game for Dallas. I mean, Dobbs as quarterback, and you think you're going to continue to win, there's a zero chance against a team like Dallas. So it's just simple picks. I mean,
Ryan Poulter joining us here, the sales manager for Feldman Chevrolet of Novi. It is our Feldman Chevrolet Pigskin Pick'em Cup. Ryan Poulter behind the 8 ball a little bit, sitting right now at 0-3. Darren McCarty went 3-0. He had Washington over Russ. Really, really weird, huh, Lindsey?
Yeah, that was. He had some inside info.
He absolutely did. Darren McCarty's picks are up and in as well. So D-Mac going to the dark side, taking the Atlanta Falcons with the 3. He's got the Seahawks laying 6. He's got the Miami Dolphins laying 6.5. And Ryan, I'll bring you back in here. I'll tell you this. I think that this could be the first crack in D-Mac's armor. I don't like taking the name brands. I know you got the Cowboys laying the 12. That's a ton. That one kind of worries me for you. But I think D-Mac's a little exposed this weekend. Would you agree?
I actually really agree. I don't think Seattle is a 6-point favorite in any game. I mean, the Lions made Geno Smith look like, Tom Brady of old.
Well, Ryan, Geno's been playing well for the last 2 years, so.
No, he has. But when you don't get any quarterback pressures and one quarterback hit, like any quarterback, I could go in there and probably
Ryan, let's
look
not
like
get
Tom
carried
Brady.
away. No, you can't go in there.
Well, Lindsey, I didn't say basketball. I said football. I can throw. I got an arm. Just ask Malcolm.
There's a difference, Ryan. Come on
No,
now.
there absolutely is a difference. Ryan, what do you guys got popping over there at Feldman Chevrolet?
Oh, hang on, you didn't give us your picks. I need your picks because I got to make fun of you for something.
Okay, sure. All right, here we go. 2-1 on the season. Now, I put these picks in last night. This was the line.
You're wearing an Army shirt and you pick Air Force.
Well, hey, I don't choose these picks. These picks choose me. So, yes, I have Air Force tonight over San Jose State. And, look, San Jose State is my team.
They are.
But I got to be a professional about this. This is the difference between you and I, Ryan, is, I'm professional about this. And I'm not just taking the Cowboys laying 12.
Yeah, but you're wearing an Army shirt and you picked Air Force, Neal, against your team.
I can't help how things shake out, man. Air Force minus 3.5 tonight against San Jose State. It is a CBS Sports Network special, I believe, at 10:30. Also, Hawaii laying the 3 New Mexico State. If they're going to win a game, it's going to be this game. So I like that they've reinstilled the run and shoot. I like that they're slinging it back around all over the yard. They're going to get the win over New Mexico State at home, so I like Hawaii. Midnight start on Saturday. Getting back to my roots on this one. And it is a get right.
Oh, geez, we're going to stay up late for that.
Hey, it is a get right. The get right this week, I did take the Detroit Lions laying the 3. You cannot lose to Desmond Ridder at home, Ryan Poulter. Period. End of story. Can't do it.
You can. But I saw that game. And last week I went against my roots. Usually I don't bet on Seattle in any games, and I don't bet on my teams I actually want to root for. And I did that with the Lions game, and it bit me in the butt, so I didn't do it this week. Seattle has screwed me and Sean so many times in parlays, it's insane. It's insane. It is insane. Every time we put Seattle in a parlay, it screws us. So I always stay away, and then I never pick the Lions because I actually want to root for the Lions, and sometimes the Lions just don't look right. Or just the Lions, and I completely went against it. But I was drinking the Kool-Aid.
All right, well there it is, Ryan. What's going on? What's going on over there at Feldman Chevrolet? What's the play? What's the move?
Let me tell you something. We are slammed. We had a huge monster Wednesday yesterday, and we're geared up. We've already got 20 cars on the board today.
Wow,
deals are going crazy. We got inventory. We keep getting trucks in. Come check out. You guys are there. You guys are here Monday, right?
Correct.
Am I having Lindsey? Is Lindsey going to be here Monday?
Yep.
Correct.
I'll be there.
Or are we getting D-Mac?
I'll be there. Y'all got a Corvette that I can test drive?
You know what? I might have one for you, Lindsey.
Hey!
We might have one for you. We might have one for you.
All right.
Come on out Monday. Check out the guys from Woodward Sports. Hey, Spence, how did Michigan State do last week?
Not too great. Not too great.
Hey, Ryan, don't worry. I'm going to talk
Still
to him
getting caught
about
with
that.
their hands.
Is
What's
JJ
that?
still a Heisman contender?
Yeah, okay, you have one bad game.
Against Bowling Green?
You have one bad game. You have one bad half. Listen, don't be upset just because we're winning and you guys are getting caught with your hands in your pants, okay?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. You know, we played a top 10 team in the country. You played Bowling Green, so.
All right,
Okay,
kids.
you guys got smoked.
All right, kids, that's
And you're
enough.
going to continue to get smoked.
That's enough of the slap fight, everybody. Ryan, appreciate you coming on, man. We'll see you on
go
Monday.
Blue.
Thank
All
you.
right, Ryan.
All right,
Go
there
Blue,
he is.
baby. We'll
Ryan
see you
Poulter,
Monday,
everybody.
guys.
Feldman Chevrolet Pigskin Pick'em Cup is out there, and we are certainly doing it.
See, man, we got to stop people from thinking that they can just run out there and play quarterback. You know what I mean?
I know what you
People
mean.
think they can just run out there. I mean, I can drop back and do. No, you can't. Stop it.
You know what you can do, though? You can keep it pushing with Woodward Sports into Woodward Nights. That's right. Booner and Broder are in the house every night from 8 to 10 on Woodward Sports. 2 of Detroit's newest up-and-coming sports personalities. Join them every single night to hear some of Detroit sports' hottest takes. Booner and Broder from 8 to 10 p.m. on Woodward Nights. So speaking of that, I'm glad that Ryan Poulter brought that up, because when we come back, I put the Michigan State football program 6 feet under. They were part of Rest in Peace Tuesday. So God, I love that sound effect. So I will just kind of recap it with Spenny, and I want to hear his angle to it, and I want to see where he goes. But Michigan State football needs a guardian.
They definitely need a guardian, that is for sure. And you can get a guardian at Guardian Alarm, because Guardian Alarm is here to offer you customized solutions from real experts. They're professional technicians. Take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and no Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology. It's been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800
Stay out.
That's 1-800
Stay out,
and let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Neal Rhul here for 5 Iron Golf. Play, practice, and party downtown Detroit at 5 Iron Golf, Detroit's newest sports bar. 13 TrackMan simulators, certified instructors, and most importantly, a full bar. And they got a restaurant too. Mention promo code Woodward at checkout. Get 50% off your green fees on your first visit. Go to 5irongolf.com. Use promo code Woodward, 50% off. Whether you're a serious golfer like myself and D-Mac, or you're there for a good time like Flannel Sam, 5 Iron is the spot for you. That's 5irongolf.com to tee up the good times. Coming down the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network forgot to bring this up. Some breaking Tigers news. They have named a general manager, Jeff Greenberg. The Tigers general manager, Greenberg, joins the front office with Scott Harris, as according to the Detroit News. Joins the front office with Scott Harris, the president of baseball operations, after he spent 16 months as an associate GM with the Chicago Blackhawks of the NHL. Greenberg was also an assistant GM with the Chicago Cubs for 3 seasons. He spent 11 years with the Chicago Cubs organization. There was a stock quote there from Scott Harris. I'm not going to get into and read those because they don't really matter. So that's kind of interesting coming from the NHL, but does have 11 years in baseball with the Chicago Cubs organization. So I'm more concerned about free agent philosophy really than I am who the GM is, because something needs to be done, man. They're still not mathematically dead, though. I will give them that.
Nope. You're saying there's a chance.
No, I'm not saying there's a chance. I'm saying they're not mathematically dead. It's two different things. But speaking of dead,
that was a great segue.
Tuesday. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
To the Michigan State football program. And Lindsey, I'll have to go to Spenny on this one. Excuse me. I had to put him to rest, Spenny, after that embarrassment that was out there on the field. Michael Penix threw for 400 yards in the first half of that game.
Yep.
And it all goes back.
It sure did.
But, Spenny, to me, it all goes back to who you put in charge, the guy that oversees probably the worst unit on your team, and it has been for a while, the Michigan State secondary. Yep. This is, I'm not being funny here, Lenny. I'm being serious.
Oh, no, but
Spenny, and we've had this discussion for a minute before. I don't see any talent on that team. Who's the NFL player?
Jacoby Windman.
That's it?
Probably. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maybe Malik Carr.
See? You see where I'm going with this? Like, I just don't see any talent. I was sold on the recruiting class coming up. Next thing I know, I look up Keon Coleman's playing for Florida State, catching 38 passes a game. Yeah. And I don't see the path, Spenny. Who's coming to save them? What coach are they?
Meyer.
Now that I would ride with.
Bring in Urban.
Bring him home.
Bring him home. Bring in Uncle Urban.
But Spenny, for real. What's
I'll pay for his tab at Harper's.
What's the path, man?
I don't know. The path is bleak.
And isn't that's got to be frightening?
Yes.
Because I don't see it either.
Hey, you want to break me down, man?
You want
me to put my heart out there? Yeah. I'm fucking scared. No, but yeah, it's not looking great, man. It's really not looking great. So I mean, we'll see. Obviously, the first step is to find a coach, to find a head coach, to find a leader of this team. And we'll go on from there. But, shout out basketball season. That's what I'm waiting for.
Hey, other than the shenanigans that's going on there, what happened with Mel Tucker? Because he had a great, successful first year, right?
Kenneth Walker.
Caught lightning in a bottle. And Kenneth Walker, who was an overlooked certified NFL player that was at Wake Forest. And Wake Forest really got kind of overlooked, too. Like, as you put them back together, you see what Hartline's doing at quarterback. Hartline could win the Heisman. If they beat Ohio State this week and he throws another 4 touchdowns, another 280 yards, he's going to be the flavor of the week as far as the Heisman goes. So, it's just that Kenneth Walker probably wasn't utilized correctly at Wake Forest. He came here. He was the guy. Yeah. They rode him to some wins. He had a legendary performance against Michigan. And the rest was history. Right. And Mel Tucker, life is about timing. And the timing couldn't have been better for Mel Tucker, and he parlayed it into $93 million that he subsequently pissed away.
Yeah.
Is that about cover it for you?
Yeah, that's about it.
Yep. Fucking sucks.
That's it. That's all.
Sure does suck.
I don't know. Like, what is it? What's the move, Spenny?
You got to take a step at a time, and the first step is finding a head coach.
Yeah, who?
Urban Meyer, Brian Hartline.
They would
somebody
see. Like, here's the other issue I have, and you'll agree with me on this because you share these same values. They don't have the ability to go get Urban Meyer.
They have the ability. They've shown that they can pay enough.
No. It's not just money. Ability's not just money.
They don't have the gusto.
Do you have the infrastructure to pull that? And you know what I mean? The thing I kill Michigan about.
Yeah.
There's elements of that to Michigan State, too. I was told that's not allowed.
And that's what we expect those guys to do?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's going on? They're trying to kick us out?
I think so. That's it. That's a wrap. We going to go to the break, Spenny?
Stream went out, but we're back. We got it back.
Okay, yeah. So we're good. We're back up and operational. So there is that out there as well. Dispo's operational
Lucas
too.
acts like I haven't been in this booth for 3 years before he even stepped foot in here. Don't you dare walk in here and ask me about my stream. Wow, child. Let me tell you about Dispo. Experience the true meaning of exceptional cannabis products with Dispo Dispensary. With over 12 locations, including their new location that is now open in Whitmore Lake, Dispo is never far away. Join Woodward Sports at Dispo Romeo this Friday for an all-day live broadcast. Dispo Dispensary, disposhots.com, your local cannabis plug.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Try our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Turn up the heat with Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Upgrade those regular fries with our chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries. Hit your sweet tooth with funnel cake fries or Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake. Load up on all your favorites today at Big Boy.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Join Woodward Sports and Long Drink live Sunday for the official Lions VIP tailgate party. It's at Easter Market in Shed 5 and is going to be a blast starting at 9:30 a.m. until game time. The official Lions tailgate is back and better than ever. How would you like to pregame it with Woodward Sports and be treated like a VIP? Food and beverages and entertainment included. Get your tickets online at bullseyeeventgroup.com or win some at Woodward Sports today. Just subscribe to our YouTube, follow us on IG, and direct message Lions VIP.
Final segment of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Don't worry, the network stuff will be sorted out by 2. Don't worry. You guys know that. Real cream of wheat. The final word gets the upgraded equipment. They'll come in and reconfigure this whole thing. They'll bring in new technology, all of it. They will. You see it, Lindsey. You've seen it. You have won NBA championships. They said, Lindsey, get your ass out of here.
I witnessed it.
Yep. Lindsey, I don't care. Get out of the way.
I witnessed it, man.
Get in your car and go home, Lindsey. We're through with you. It's time for the final word. And what did you do? You put your backpack over your arm and you moped back to your car.
Right.
Got in your car and went home.